We often hear stories about self-made billionaires or successful entrepreneurs who made a fortune through a singular big break or life-changing moment. While these stories are inspiring, they can also create the illusion that wealth is something that happens to people overnight. But in reality, it's often the result of consistent, small actions over time. When I look back on my own journey toward financial independence, I realized that it wasn't a singular event or major decision that made me wealthy. It was the tiny, everyday habits that I adopted. These habits, although small, had a cumulative impact on my personal and financial growth. In this video, I will share with you the 12 tiny habits that made me rich. Habits that anyone can implement and see real, lasting changes. Let's explore how these small changes can lead to massive financial transformation over time. Waking up early. The power of starting the day right. The first habit that had an enormous impact on my life was waking up early. It may sound simple, even trivial, but waking up before the world gets busy gives you a head start. When you wake up at 5:30 or 6 a.m., you get those precious quiet hours when you're not bombarded by emails, notifications, or demands from others. I used these early hours to focus on personal development and planning my day. By waking up early, I gained mental clarity, and this early morning solitude allowed me to think deeply about my financial goals and review the progress I had made. It gave me time to reflect, plan, and strategize my next steps in a peaceful environment. It also allowed me to read, exercise, and prepare for the challenges ahead, making me more productive and focused throughout the day. Most importantly, this habit of waking up early instilled in me a sense of discipline, which translated into every other aspect of my life. It's not about the hours you wake up, it's about how you use them. Reading for growth. How knowledge became my investment. Reading has been one of the most consistent habits that propelled me toward wealth. Initially, I wasn't a voracious reader, but I made a conscious decision to start reading at least 30 minutes every day. Over time, this habit turned into one of the most powerful wealth-building tools I have. The books I chose weren't just random reads. They were specifically aimed at growing my knowledge in areas like finance, personal development, business, and economics. Instead of spending that 30 minutes scrolling through social media or watching TV, I dedicated it to learning from the experiences of others who had walked the path I was striving to walk. I read books on financial literacy, biographies of successful entrepreneurs, and even books about psychological resilience and discipline. The most important lesson I learned was that knowledge isn't just power. It's a tool for making smarter financial decisions, understanding market trends, and recognizing opportunities that others might miss. By reading every day, I invested in myself and my future. Over time, the knowledge I gained was directly translated into better decision-making in my business and financial life, leading me toward a wealthier future. Budgeting. The art of tracking every penny. One of the fundamental habits that changed my financial trajectory was budgeting. For the first few years of my adult life, I treated budgeting as a nice-to-have, but not essential. However, as soon as I got serious about my financial goals, I realized that budgeting was not only important, it was crucial. The act of tracking every penny made me more conscious of my spending habits and helped me understand exactly where my money was going. I started using a simple budgeting tool that divided my income into categories: essentials, rent, utilities, groceries, savings, and discretionary spending, dining out, entertainment, hobbies. This system allowed me to see patterns in my spending and pinpoint areas where I was overspending. It helped me identify small expenses like subscription services I rarely used or that daily takeout coffee that were draining my finances. Once I knew where my money was going, I was able to make intentional choices to reduce wasteful spending. This small habit of budgeting helped me save more, which in turn allowed me to invest more. Over the years, budgeting became the foundation of my financial growth and stability. Saving first. The habit of paying myself first was one of the most powerful financial practices I adopted early in my life. By the time I received my paycheck, I had already set aside a portion for savings and investments. It wasn't a decision I left to chance or to what was left over after I paid bills or made purchases. I didn't think of saving as something I did when I had extra money. Instead, I built it into my routine by paying myself first. I allocated 50% of my income to essential expenses like rent, utilities, and groceries, 30% to discretionary spending, and 20% to savings and investments. What made this rule so effective was the automation. I set up automatic transfers to my savings and investment accounts, ensuring that I always stuck to the 20% target. Over time, I realized that this small habit of consistently saving first helped me build a solid financial foundation. It allowed me to avoid the stress of last-minute budgeting and gave me the confidence that I was making progress toward my long-term goals. Automating finances. The power of consistency. Automation is a simple habit that has had a profound impact on my financial life. Initially, I was skeptical about automating everything from bill payments to savings transfers, but once I tried it, it became clear how much easier it made managing my finances. The key to automation is that it takes the decision-making process out of the equation, making it much easier to stick to my financial goals. By automating my savings, I ensured that I consistently contributed to my emergency fund, retirement accounts, and investment portfolios. I didn't have to think about it. As soon as I received my paycheck, a portion of it was automatically transferred to these accounts. It removed the temptation to spend that money on things I didn't need and created a system that worked even when I wasn't paying attention. The consistency of this habit allowed me to steadily grow my wealth without the risk of falling off track. Networking. Building relationships with intent. Another habit that proved invaluable in my journey to wealth was networking. In the early stages of my career, I didn't understand the true value of relationships. But as I advanced, I realized that building a network of like-minded, motivated people was just as important as having the technical skills or knowledge to succeed. Networking wasn't about making superficial connections for personal gain. It was about building genuine relationships that added value to both parties. I made it a habit to attend industry events, reach out to people on LinkedIn, and even just meet with colleagues or acquaintances for a coffee to exchange ideas. Networking opened doors to opportunities that I might never have encountered otherwise, whether it was discovering new investment opportunities, collaborating on business ventures, or gaining insights from experienced mentors. By focusing on building relationships with intent and authenticity, I was able to leverage my network to open up new pathways for growth. Focusing on health. The foundation of wealth. Health is wealth, and this habit proved true in my own life. In the beginning, I viewed health as something that took a backseat to career goals and financial pursuits. But as I got busier and more focused on accumulating wealth, I realized that my physical and mental health were the foundation of everything. Without good health, it was impossible to sustain the energy, focus, and resilience needed to achieve financial success. I began incorporating regular exercise into my daily routine, focusing on eating nutritious foods and prioritizing sleep. The impact on my energy levels was immediate. I felt more productive, clearer-headed, and better equipped to handle the pressures of work and finances. Not only did regular exercise reduce stress, but it also helped me avoid costly medical bills in the future. Investing in my health paid off in both tangible and intangible ways, laying the groundwork for everything else that followed. Making small investments. The habit of putting money to work. One of the most powerful habits I developed was making small, regular investments. I didn't wait until I had a large sum of money saved up before investing. Instead, I made it a habit to invest small amounts of money consistently. Whether it was in the stock market, real estate, or other assets, I put my money to work from the very beginning. The key was to start small and stay consistent. By investing a little bit over time, I was able to build a diversified portfolio that grew exponentially. I took advantage of the power of compound interest, which allowed my money to grow at a much faster rate. The more I invested, the more my wealth accumulated, and this habit of consistently putting my money to work made a huge difference in my overall financial success. Embracing delayed gratification. The art of patience. One habit that became essential in my journey to wealth was the practice of delayed gratification. It's easy to want instant rewards, but the habit of resisting immediate temptations and focusing on long-term goals has proven invaluable. In the early years, I made many sacrifices. I didn't splurge on expensive vacations, luxury items, or non-essential purchases. Instead, I channeled my resources towards saving, investing, and learning more skills. This habit of delayed gratification helped me maintain focus on my financial goals. Whether it was postponing buying a new car or avoiding impulsive purchases, each decision kept me on track. I learned that the reward for patience and discipline was far greater in the future than any short-term indulgence. Over time, This mindset of choosing long-term benefits over instant pleasures became ingrained, allowing me to build lasting wealth. It wasn't always easy, but the long-term rewards far outweighed the temporary satisfaction of spending money on things I didn't need. Developing a growth mindset. Constant learning and adaptation. A growth mindset became one of the cornerstones of my success. In the early stages of my journey, I used to believe that once I reached a certain level of knowledge or financial success, I could slow down or even stop learning altogether. However, I soon realized that true and lasting wealth isn't just about hitting specific financial milestones. It's about continuously evolving and staying ahead in an ever-changing world. Markets shift, industries transform, and new opportunities emerge, making it crucial to remain adaptable and open to new ideas. To develop this mindset, I made learning an integral part of my daily routine. I didn't limit myself to financial education alone. I expanded my focus to areas such as emotional intelligence, leadership, strategic thinking, and problem solving. Reading books, attending seminars, engaging with mentors, and seeking diverse perspectives helped me cultivate a deeper understanding of success beyond just monetary gains. I also learned to reflect on my experiences, analyze failures without fear, and use setbacks as stepping stones toward greater achievements. One of the biggest shifts I made was in how I perceived challenges. Instead of seeing them as roadblocks or failures, I started viewing them as valuable lessons and opportunities for growth. Every challenge forced me to think creatively, push past my comfort zone, and develop resilience. Over time, this mindset of constant improvement transformed not only my financial success, but also my personal and professional relationships. By committing to lifelong learning and continuous adaptation, I positioned myself to seize opportunities that others overlooked. This habit of staying curious, open-minded, and proactive in learning became the foundation upon which I built sustainable success. It was no longer just about making money. It was about growing into the kind of person who could navigate any financial landscape with confidence and skill. Practicing gratitude. Shifting my focus to abundance. Gratitude is another tiny habit that had a profound impact on my journey to wealth. Early on, I found myself fixating on what I didn't have, which often led to feelings of frustration or envy. However, when I started practicing gratitude regularly, I began to shift my focus to all that I had: my skills, my health, my network, and the opportunities in front of me. I made it a habit to write down 3 things I was grateful for each day. This simple practice changed my perspective and made me more mindful of the abundance in my life. It helped me appreciate the small wins and recognize the value in every experience. By focusing on gratitude, I noticed a shift in my mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. I started seeing opportunities where I had previously seen obstacles. Practicing gratitude also increased my resilience, helping me stay grounded during tough times and find solutions instead of dwelling on problems. This positive mindset became a driving force in my pursuit of financial freedom. Giving back. The habit of philanthropy. Finally, one of the most rewarding habits I developed was the habit of giving back. As my financial situation improved, I realized that true wealth isn't just about accumulating money, it's also about using that wealth to make a positive impact on the world. I made it a priority to donate a portion of my income to causes I believed in, whether it was supporting local charities, funding educational initiatives, or helping out someone in need. Giving back not only felt fulfilling but also reinforced the habit of abundance. It reminded me that wealth should be shared, and by doing so, it created a ripple effect in my life. Whether I was offering my time, expertise, or financial resources, the act of giving kept me connected to my purpose and helped me stay grounded. It also reinforced the principle that wealth is not just about material accumulation, but about creating value for others and making a difference in the world. Becoming rich doesn't happen by accident. It's a combination of the small, everyday habits that compound over time and work together to create lasting change. By waking up early, reading, budgeting, automating my finances, networking, and embracing delayed gratification, I slowly built the framework for success. With a growth mindset, consistent investing, and a focus on health, I positioned myself for long-term wealth. But perhaps the most important lessons were the ones I learned about mindset and gratitude. Developing a growth mindset, practicing delayed gratification, and shifting my focus from scarcity to abundance helped me stay motivated and focused on my goals. And by giving back to others, I created a sense of fulfillment and purpose that enriched my life in ways money alone could never do. Wealth isn't a one-time achievement. It's the result of consistent, tiny habits that build upon each other. No habit is too small to make a difference. By starting with just 1 or 2 of these habits, you can begin to make significant progress toward your own financial success. The power is in your hands to change your habits, and in doing so, change your financial future. So that's it for today. If you like this video, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching.